Chapter 12. Tootsie Speaks Out. One morning in May, Fudge woke me up. "Hurry up," he said. "You're going to be late for school." "Go away," I mumbled. But he pulled off my blanket and shook me. "You're really late for school." I looked at my clock radio. 8:10. How come my alarm didn't go off, I wondered. As I jumped out of bed, I raced into the bathroom, splashed cold water on my face, threw on some clothes and headed downstairs. It was quiet in the kitchen. "Where is everyone?" I asked. "Ha ha," Fudge sang, jumping up and down. "Ha ha ha, it's Saturday. I really fooled you, didn't I? You little..." But he was out the back door and running before I could get my hands on him. I clunked back upstairs and got into bed. "I'm going to kill that kid," I told myself. "I'm going to tear him to little pieces. I tossed and turned, but it was no use. I couldn't get back to sleep. I heard Tootsie babbling. I got up and walked down the hall to her room. She was sitting up in her crib, flinging toys out one at a time. I stood up. She stood up when she saw me and held out her arms. I lifted her out of her crib. "Yuck," I said. "You're smelly." I set her down on the table and changed her nappy. "Yuck," I said again. The worst thing about babies is nappies, and I cleaned her up and dumped plenty of baby powder on her backside. "Yuck," Tootsie said. "That's right," I told her. "Yuck." I carried her down to the kitchen and put her in the high chair and gave her a bowl of dry cereal to nibble. Fudge peeked in at the back door. As soon as he saw me, he took off again. But this time I chased him, and when I caught him, I turned him upside down, tossed him over my shoulder, and carried him back to the house. "I'll scream," he said. "You do, and you're dead," I told him. "If you hurt me, I'll tell," he said. "Go ahead, tell." I kicked open the kitchen door. When Tootsie saw Fudge upside down, she clapped her hands and laughed. And then Fudge's face had turned dark red. Put me down, Fudge cried. "Never." "It was just a joke," he whined. "Can't you even take a joke?" "Some joke." Fudge kicked and hollered. "Put me down." "Say please," I told him. "Please." "Please what?" "Please put me down." "Say you'll never wake me up on Saturday morning again." "I'll never wake you up on a Saturday morning again." Or Sunday, or a holiday, "Tell me how sorry you are that you did it today." "I'm sorry." "How sorry?" "Very sorry." "Very, very sorry." "Yeah, very, very, very sorry." I turned him over and watched as the blood drained from his face. It had changed from a bright red purple to flesh. "Ha ha," he said, wriggling away from me. "I had my fingers crossed behind my back the whole time, so ha ha ha. None of that what I said was true." And he dashed out of the back door again. I shook my head. "Yuck," Tootsie said, and then she tossed her bowl of cereal to the floor. "How come you're up so early, Peter?" Mum asked an hour later as she pulled on a robe around her and yawned. "It's a long story," I said. "Well, it's certainly a beautiful day. No point in wasting it." She poured a cup of milk for Tootsie. "Where's Fudgie?" "Outside with Turtle," I said. "He's such an early bird," Mum said. "That's the early bird that catches the worm." Mum nodded and made herself a cup of coffee. I went over to Alex's house. "Let's do something exciting today," I said. "Like what?" "Well, that's the problem," I said. "I don't know." "We could dig worms, Mrs. Mulder," Alex suggested. "No, it's too early for worms. I told her the fattest ones aren't ready until late summer." "Well, then what?" "We have to think," I said. We sat on the sofa watching stupid Saturday morning cartoons for the next hour. I got an idea in the middle of Spider-Man. "How about a picnic?" I said. "It's a perfect day for a picnic." "Where would we have it?" Alex said. "I don't know." Alex scratched his head. "How about the lake? We could watch the university crew rowing while we have lunch." "Yeah, that's a good idea," I said. "What have you got to eat?" Probably nothing," Alex said. We both went into the kitchen. "My mother shops on a Saturday afternoons." He opened the refrigerator. "I was right," he said, slamming the door. "Nothing." "My father shops on Fridays," I said. "Let's go and see what we have." At my house we found cold chicken, tomatoes, rye, bread, fresh fruit, frozen lemonade. "Great," Alex said. "Let's pack up." I went to work making sandwiches while Alex fixed a thermos of lemonade. "Don't forget the salt," Alex said. "Right. And the mayonnaise," I added. "You can't bring mayonnaise on a picnic," Alex said. "Why not? It's too gooey, and besides, it can make you sick." "Says who?" "My mother once got food poisoning from eating potato salad on a camping trip," Alex said. "But we're not taking potato salad." "It was the mayonnaise in the potato salad. That's what did it," Alex said. "But we're not going camping," I argued. "We're going to the lake." "I don't want any mayonnaise on my food," Alex said. "No." "Okay, fine," I told him. I spread mayonnaise on my 2 pieces of bread. "And don't forget the salt." I took out the salt shaker out of the lunch bag, held it up, and just to make my point, sprinkled some of it on Alex's head. Oh, very funny, he said, shaking it off. The screen door slammed. It was Fudge with Turtle. Turtle dived into his water dish and started slurping. Fudge looked around. What are you doing? What does it look like we're doing? I asked. Making lunch, Fudge said. That's right, we're going on a picnic. We are? Fudge asked. No, not we, I told him. Us, me and Alex. Where are you going for your picnic? The lake. I'll come too. Oh, no, you won't, I said. Why not? Because you're not invited, that's why. But I like picnics and I like the lake. Well, too bad. I said I was sorry, remember? Yeah, I said, and you also told me you had your fingers crossed behind your back, so everything you said was a lie. That was a joke, Fudge said. I didn't really have them crossed. You know what happened to kids who lie, I asked. No, what? You'll find out. I shoved him out of the way. He ran out, calling, Mommy, please can I go to the lake with Peter? No, Mum said. Why not? Because it's too far and there's a lot of traffic on the road. Fudge stomped his feet and yelled, I want to go to the lake. I want to go on a picnic too. When he saw us come outside with our lunchbox, he raced towards me and attached himself to my leg. Take me, he begged. Get lost, I said, kicking my leg free. Call Daniel, count ladybugs, do something. Fudge covered his ears with his hands, opened his mouth and screamed. He's going to wind up with a sore throat, Alex said. Come on, I said. Let's get out of here. We hopped on our bikes and coasted down the driveway. Fudge picked up a couple of stones and hurled them at us, but he missed. We could still hear him screaming 2 blocks away. Alex had to be home for his piano lesson at 3:30, and by then we'd seen enough of the crew rowing and more than enough of the bugs down by the lake. Mum and Dad were walking in the garden, and I rode into the driveway, and Tootsie was asleep in the lounge chair. Did you have a nice picnic? Mum asked. It was fun, I said. A lot of ants, but fun. Don't forget to rinse the thermos, Dad said. I won't, I said. Where's Fudge? Well, I haven't seen him since you left, Dad said. He's probably at Daniel's, Mum said. He was very angry, I noticed. At 4, the phone rang. I answered. It was Daniel's mother. She asked me to tell Daniel it was time to go home. He's not here, I asked. Then where is he? She asked. I don't know, I said. Wait a minute. I put the phone down and went to the back door and called. It's Mrs. Mannheim. She's looking for Daniel. Mum ran into the house, wiping her hands on her jeans. She picked up the phone. Mrs. Mannheim? We thought Fudge was at your house. No, not since 11:30 or so. You found what? Oh, no. Oh, you don't suppose... Yes, of course, right away. She hung up the phone. What is it? Dad asked. He was standing in the door listening. She's found Daniel's piggy bank, smashed, all the money gone. Mum zipped upstairs to Fudge's room. Dad and I followed. Bonjour, Uncle Feather said. Where does he keep that bank Grandma gave him for his birthday? Mum asked, ignoring Uncle Feather. Here it is, I said, finding it on the shelf, and it's empty. Bonjour, stupid, Uncle Feather said. Oh, shut up, I told him. Shut up, yourself. How much do you think he had in there? Mum asked. About $2.50, I said. He was counting it the other night. So between them they have close to $7, Mum said. 7, Uncle Feather repeated. 7. Well, they can't get far on $7, I said. Oh, Peter, please, Mum said. A few minutes later, Mrs. Mannheim pulled up in a red sports car. She was wearing cut-offs and a T-shirt that said Ski the Bumps, and sneakers with the coast cut out. Her hair was long plaque that hung down her back. We think they might have gone to the lake, Dad told her. Oh, the lake, Mrs. Mannheim said. Oh, my God, Daniel can't swim. Well, neither can Fudge, Mum said. Yeah, he can, I said. He can do doggy paddle. Oh, Peter, please. Anyway, why would they go swimming in the lake, I said. It's too gloopy for swimming. Peter, please, Dad said. Please what, I said. I finally asked. Please be quiet, we're thinking. Let's not waste any more time, Mrs. Mannheim said. The sooner we start looking for them, the sooner we might find them. Warren, Mum said, you go with Mrs. Mannheim. I'll stay here with Peter, just in case they try to phone us.